You made your first million when you said you were 40 years old. How many times did you fail before you finally won big?
I mean, along the way, there's just
I'm Daniel, I'm here with
Jake Cusack.
Where are you from?
I grew up in Michigan in the U.S.
You're now in the UK, why?
The business that I started, we work in impact investments in emerging markets, so Africa, Asia, Latin America.
So what made you choose the UK as your base of operations?
London's a great city, centrally located, so you can fly direct to a lot of the places that we work.
Okay.
I think it's a very international, sort of cosmopolitan city. It's a great place to hire and recruit great talent.
Just for the viewers out there, how old were you when you first became a millionaire?
On paper and reality,
Is that assets versus actual hard cash? So start with the assets.
I was probably 35,
35, okay. And then like raw cash?
probably 40.
What's the biggest difference for you to go from like actually making a million in assets for you to make a million in cash?
I think it just takes a long time to build something that's real, and so you just have to be patient, have to be quite persistent and keep at it. My original background, I started in the Marine Corps, in the U.S. Marines.
Oh wow!
Which I
So
thought
you know about discipline.
So yeah, it was good sort of leadership training, and and then the discipline to keep at something, be persistent.
So it's interesting because a lot of people end up in situations, end up in careers they didn't necessarily plan. It was something they kind of just did on instinct. Like you ended up in the Marine Corps. Do you think if you didn't end up in that occupation that you would have ended up being a millionaire right now?
I didn't think about business initially. I studied history in my undergraduate. I joined the Marines because I was pretty, I think, naive and idealistic and wanted to prove myself. But those experiences then eventually led me to this interest in working in difficult places, but from the business side, from the investment side. Following what I was most interested in rather than what I thought would make me the most money actually eventually led me to a more successful career. So
passion is the key.
Yeah, I think it's good to, life's short. It's not all about the money, so you want to work in something that you care about the whole time. I think it's a mistake when I see people think, I'm going to try and make a lot of money, then do the thing that I care about.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to integrate your passion into your work from the very beginning.
93% of businesses fail in their first year. You took the risk anyway. Why?
I think I was just a bit naive at the time, but I didn't have too much to lose. I had a little bit of savings at the time, I think about enough for like 6 months, and I thought, if this doesn't work out, I can take a more conventional job.
Okay.
And went for it.
Did you start from wealth or did you build everything you have from scratch?
I had a scholarship to university because of the Marine Corps, which helped a lot. To be honest, it's not like I would have been homeless if the business hadn't worked out, so having a little bit of a backstop there probably allowed me to take some chances that wouldn't otherwise have been able to. But the business, was entirely funded out of my own money or my partner's money. So
did you bootstrap most of it?
We bootstrapped it for the first 10 years. So
first 10 years you bootstrapped?
Yeah.
No investment from the banks, no investment capital from investors?
No, yeah.
Wow.
In terms of the core business, some of the things that we did, we took in investors, but in terms of the underlying business, we bootstrapped it, which gave us a lot of flexibility and autonomy and to build it the way that we wanted to.
There's a lot of things that millionaires say they do to win big versus what they actually do to win big. Do you think there's a difference?
One thing that is true is that you have to have some grit. There's going to be at some point you're going to have to do something that's hard, and you're going to have to make some sacrifices and some trade-offs. Everything that we built at some point, there was a little bit of a painful moment of I'd rather have more free time or I'd rather have better work-life balance, but gritting through that point. But I do think the key thing actually is to do something that you actually care about. If you're in it to make money, just to make money, that's a mistake, because then if you fail, there's no real redeeming qualities to it. Whereas if you fail at something that you're passionate about, even if you fail, you can still feel good about all that effort that you put in.
You made your first million when you said you were 40 years old. How many times did you fail before you finally won big?
Along the way, there's just a bunch of different failures. So,
how did you recover from it?
I think you have to be a little bit irrationally optimistic, and also remember that it's just not that big of a deal.
I love that, by the way, irrationally optimistic.
Yeah, I think it's an important quality in an entrepreneur. The other thing is and I think this came from the Marines, is nothing's really that bad. Early in life, I had these experiences where there was, a risk of death, or I saw, really tough things happen to some of my friends, and that puts it in perspective. If the worst case scenario is your business goes bankrupt, you have to lay off your employees, that's bad, but you're still alive at the end of the day. You still get to walk down a sunny street on a nice day. I think just having that perspective that it's not the end of the world if you fail.
Are you religious by any chance?
I am a Christian, yeah.
Yeah, I could tell straight. It's funny enough, I interviewed a guy 2 weeks ago down there. He was saying a lot, the stuff that he was saying had the same feel to you.
Yeah.
And I could tell straight away he was a Christian.
Yeah. I think, faith is important. It helps with being irrationally optimistic.
Okay, last question. There's been an exodus of millionaires and billionaires from a lot of Western countries. Do you think the UK, the US is going to retain more or less billionaires in the next 5 years?
I hope that they retain. I mean, I also think like immigration is really important, like being a welcoming environment for people to move to. And I'm worried a little bit that the U.S. might be losing a little bit of that edge right now in terms of attracting the best talent in the world. But I still think, London's a great place to build a business. The U.S. is a great place to build a business, and ultimately that attracts a lot of great people.
If you were to guess, if you had to make a bet right now, in the next 5 years, we retain or don't retain millionaires?
Here, I think retain. I think
America?
And I think in the U.S. too.
What's your biggest reason for that? It's just the best place competitively to do business?
Yeah, and I think there's just a legacy of entrepreneurship and these places like London being a little bit of the capital of the world in some sense, and I think that that legacy and what it attracts in people still has resonates, even though the tax policies or immigration policies and that might not be as good as they could be right now.
Okay, just one last question. If you went broke today and you had to start again from scratch,
Yeah.
what business would you choose?
That's an interesting, tough question. I think I would try and think about something that you could do with all of these AI tools where you could do it really lean with like a really small team. Like what could you build now with 5 people that would have taken 500 people to build before? And I think, satisfaction in work is a lot about the people that you're around. So I'd want to surround myself with just really good people that I enjoyed working with and see if we could build something much bigger enabled by these AI tools today.
So leveraging technology, artificial intelligence to make sure there's low overhead and to do as much as you can and leverage as much as you can.
Yeah, and find something that you're passionate about solving.
Passion is the most important thing, guys.
Yeah.
Do you want to shout out your company?
Yeah, it's Cross Boundary Group. We're focused on bringing impactful investment to underserved markets.
Okay, amazing. Do you have an Instagram as well?
I don't have an Instagram, but we're
company?
on LinkedIn. It's Cross Boundary.
Cross Boundary. Okay, guys, check it out. Cross Boundary.
Cool.
Bro, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for your time.
Yeah, you're very, bro.
Yeah,
I know we attacked you with that.